orders from the birthday grill. Anyway, alright, so I'm gonna count down and then I'm gonna start. So 3, 2, 1. Hello everybody and welcome to episode 18 of the No Name Podcast. It's your host, Mrmoopsy, a lot more rested than last fucking time. And here with my co-hosts, introduce yourselves, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, guess what also turns 18 today? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm talking about Raz, because coincidentally today is her birthday. So she's turning 18, the podcast is on its 18th episode. Everything, well, almost everything is perfectly in line. You know what else goes perfectly in line? My suffering.
Word. By the way, that was Eddie.
Oh yeah.
Just goes on this fucking spiel. It's just kind of like, oh yeah, by the way, my name's Eddie.
Probably should have said that first, but you know, that whole suffering thing.
It makes you forget your name.
Hey, I've been down that road before. Yes, it does. But that was Eddie. My name is Cosmo Jazz. Hey everybody, how's everybody doing?
I feel as though, like, at this point, do we even really need to introduce ourselves?
Anytime for a new viewer that might be coming.
Yeah, I like the Stan Lee motto, which was basically like any comic is a person's first comic.
Yep.
That's true. All very, very true things.
And at some point, hopefully she can fix up her stuff in time. We've also got the Dazzling Razzle with us.
With the hit beats.
Yeah, if you like the intro, thank her. Now.
Do it now! In the comments now!
Now!
Don't even like the video for us. Don't even show your appreciation for the podcast because of us three. Just do it for her. It's her day.
Yeah, exactly. It's her birthday. What are you, some sort of fucking monster? Get the fuck out of here if you are.
I'll be watching those comments too.
Or,
I don't know.
or stay. Hey, you know. I'm all 150% willing to argue with people in the comment section because you want to know why? Because that shit helps my stats.
He's got like 10-0 in victories.
Of course I come back to hear just Eddie, just being Eddie over here.
Hey, that sounds like a cleaner mic.
It's a headphone mic instead of my other one.
Ah.
Yeah, my audio face like crashed. So I was like, well, I can hear you, but you guys can't hear me.
Well,
Story of
thankfully
my
that got
life.
fixed.
Yeah, man. It sucks. It's all good.
So, Raz, how are you? How are you being 18 years old now?
Great. I ate a lot of food, and that's what I expect out of my birthday.
Has
Sound
depression
like an
hit yet?
American.
Oh no, I'm an adult. I'm with you guys now.
You're so old! God!
Alright, so I believe that's all the introductions, unless you want to reintroduce yourself, Raz, since you can do it for yourself now.
Hello, I'm finally here. Well, I was here before, but you couldn't hear me. I'm Razzle.
There we go.
That's about it, yeah.
Alright, Jess, go ahead and let the nice people, the non-monsters, know what we're doing today.
Alright, non-monsters. What we're doing today is we're going to be talking about the EVO game lineup and controversy surrounding that. We were going to do something else after that, but a certain person is not here that will not be named, so we're going to be switching that.
If he does not show up, then why should we give him some credits?
Exactly.
Oh my God. Talk about an excommunication.
Wow. From the Church of Oran.
From the very church overall.
Church of Oran doesn't want this man.
You know you gotta fuck up bad.
It's like you want to know how bad this person is. Catholic priests won't even touch him.
Damn.
Got him.
Oof.
Wrecked.
Get him with the jab next.
We're going to be switching that section with something that recently just happened for me, which is the MK11 stress test and my first thoughts on the game so far. Then we're going to be catching up with Anthem, EA, and BioWare on their whole spiel and whatnot. Me and Moops are going to have a Dead or Alive 6 review and go off on the controversy on that. And then, if we have time, we'll be talking about the Momo challenge that I'm surprised is still going.
Wait, it's still going?
It's gotten worse.
What? Are you kidding? Oh, no.
Welcome to adult life, Raz.
Everything
so
gets
dumb.
worse.
No one's actually died from that, have they?
Someone's
Spoilers.
getting close, and I'll leave it at that.
Oh, no, spoilers.
Alright,
Oh.
Okay. All right, cool. Because as an older brother, I think like I would have noticed the trends, but I haven't.
Mm.
And just to put some perspective into it, I don't even think my sisters even know, and if they do know, they don't care about it because they're too busy watching crawfish eating videos.
No, that's very
Why
specific.
would they? I don't want to know. I just don't want to
Hey,
know.
some people like the Food Channel. It is what it is.
Well, yeah, but it's like just specifically crawfish.
Don't question it. Leave it be.
It's like
What
one of
was
our,
my question then?
it's one of our favorite things to do as a family, and since I've stopped working, it hasn't been happening as regularly as we could make it happen. So it's become quite a rarity. So much so to where one of my sisters deems it like, you know what? If she keeps watching it, she'll speak it into existence.
You know what?
Hmm.
I can relate to that a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. Like, there's nothing bad about it at all. But if she starts knocking on my door, she's like, "Well, are we gonna have crawfish?" Well, first I'm gonna beat her with the door.
I say she's actually gonna get that far.
Well, in order for them to get rejected, they have to knock on the door
Fair enough.
to get the rejection. So yeah, they kind of have to make it to the door.
Fair enough. But I guess we
I'm sorry.
can start it with our first one, which is the
Yes.
Evo lineup and controversy.
Smash is gone. Woo!
I mean, like, some of you might partially be surprised, but it's like I'm glad Melee's gone too.
What?
Yeah.
I totally expect to go head to head with you. Why do you feel the same way as I do now of all times? How dare you?
Because fucking like Melee's been around for too goddamn long. I feel like it just needed to die out and make room for Smash Ultimate.
Right. Okay. I'm glad that it's gone. I'm glad that it's gone, but only in this that Smash Ultimate can take off because, well, I mean, Smash Ultimate, you got everything there.
Yeah,
Everyone's involved except Waluigi.
exactly.
So yeah, that's fair. Now, do I think it should have gone like a long ass time ago? Well, I don't play Smash. Why do I care?
And for me, it's just kind of like the game's just ancient, and I like it almost would help keep up like a trend of like because like the thing I would also worry about is that like it would help keep up a trend of like, oh well, we have to use like we have to make sure that like specific games always have to get in because they have some kind of like seniority bullshit, which would mean that it's just kind of like we always have to bring in Smash Melee, we always have to bring in like Street Fighter 3, we always have to make sure to bring in Tekken Tag 2, we always have to bring in like Capcom vs SNK 2 and just like a whole bunch of like specific games for that kind of shit.
There's only one game in fighting game history that's allowed to be coming. Two games that's allowed to be coming back, and that's Def Jam Fight for New York. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one, Marvel.
Wins Marvel.
It's like
Say what you want. Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is a much more hype game than Smash Melee will ever be.
yeah,
Yeah.
I will not argue that.
No complaints here. No lies detected.
Until the next one.
Oh yeah. I know we're kind of like scrambling on, but I do want to say that I think it's dope that Tekken is back in there again.
I found it interesting. It was the first one they announced. I was
Fuck,
like, well,
no.
Street Fighter is here. It comes. Oh, okay.
No, Tekken 7 is killing the game right now. You know what? They were killing the game beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, and I think the one thing that I can attribute to it, that I think attributes to it, is game balance, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Because Tekken is by far the most balanced fighting game. That they win grand finals. How? In what world do you have?
So basically, it's like the short version is just Samurai Showdown has less than what Tekken had.
Yes.
Okay. And then
In your face. No.
I'd be like, "Fuck you," and then I leave the call. Okay, so that was for that. I don't know. Is there anything else or?
I mean, other than like the thing that surrounded DOA 6 not being there.
Yeah.
Core values.
So
And honestly, well, go ahead.
well, I was gonna say like there's so many sides to that story, including that right there, core values, of reasons why it's either there or not there. Although I have heard maybe a rumor, I saw it somewhere that they're trying to make it an exclusive Evo Japan game.
Oh. I don't think that'd work.
Yeah, I don't think that's fair, honestly.
I don't
To
think
be
it'll
honest,
work
at this
because
point though, I don't think they have much choice.
that's true. But more to my point was that Evo Japan is far too new to be holding games exclusively like that.
It's that, and I feel like it's because of the core values. That's part of the reason. That's probably part of the reason why Samurai Showdown's in there, even though it's a less complete game.
Well, there's
Less
also rumors
complete.
about that as well. With the whole less complete game thing, where
Well,
even
Mortal Kombat 11's gonna be there.
exactly.
Tekken 7 was there and it was incomplete.
Well, I'm talking about like they're letting in Samurai Showdown just so that they can't let in Dead or Alive 6.
Oh, I automatically assumed that was the case.
Yeah. Like that's what I'm thinking. Is it's kind of like it's like a little bit of like everything put in, where it's just kind of like, well, people are asking, well, why is Samurai Showdown in here? Oh, well, we think it'll be good, but like the whole time, like Mr. Wizard's thinking like, and so this way I can keep my core values fucking perfectly safe from that dirty Dead or Alive game.
Well, the rumor is he does not like Dead or Alive series, so
Yeah. So
But see, here's the thing. It's one thing to not like a game on a personal level, but at a professional level, you're professionally inclined to not give a shit about whether you like it or not.
Yep.
yeah. But
And if
there's
he-
also
and if he
one thing
puts-
that you
I
have
know
to
he
Values.
He runs the shit. I know.
Yeah, like that, and he's human. Nobody's perfect, and that's definitely one thing he probably is kind of holding a grudge against.
Maybe, but it's just like the thing is that it's just really like not a very professional move, because like it would be like any one of us holding a tournament and we have like a grudge against a specific type of game. We're just kind of like, I just got to make sure like not to get that game in there.
Yeah, like,
Well, I'm not
especially
saying
if
it's
there's
right by any means. In
Yeah.
fact, I found it funny when Jabelu was like, "Oh yeah, all you DOA people, you can come over to CEO. We got you."
I'm going to see you.
like what's this? CEO is the move. You got it.
I mean, if they're gonna be more accepting, might as well just get like that crowd that's being freaking abandoned.
I mean, to be honest, CEO's growing at a rapid pace anyway. So
Also, Bailey isn't shitting on games either.
no, he's definitely the anti-shit person.
Jabali's out here getting wrestling moves done on him by Kenny Omega and shit. Like he's living his best life.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't going back and forth with these niggas.
Nope.
Yeah. Because I mean, like, it would be that, like, if like Eddie was holding a tournament, then it's just like, I don't like Smash, so I'm not gonna fucking put any filthy Smash games in my tournament.
Oh,
Which is why Melee isn't that. No.
Baker kicked out Melee.
So what you got against Melee, man? It's just like, hey, man, that game doesn't represent my core values. All right.
Boom. You just pulled a wizard. But nah, like that's basically what like the whole fucking situation is between, funnily enough, Dead or Alive and Samurai Showdown.
Although, I'm just gonna throw this hot take out there. Even if Samurai Showdown wasn't a thing, I don't think DOA 6 would have made it.
Knowing how Mr. Wizard reacted, I would believe that.
No, I know that for a fact. No, I knew from a fact when he put the stream down himself and forced Tasty Steve and Markman to do that apology.
Still was the funniest thing I ever seen in Tasty Steve's face.
If Samurai Showdown wasn't a thing, I'm fairly certain Melee would have been in.
I was just about to say that, honestly.
Like Melee definitely would have made it in if it wasn't for Samurai Showdown. Because Samurai Showdown is new, brand spanking new, actually.
Well, it's an IP revival, but like it's niche enough for people to be like, okay, I recognize that game, but
I'm sorry, I meant brand spanking new in the sense of
like it's a new game, yeah.
Like it's just been announced.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how what kind of fucking magic tricks Wizard pulls out of his hat.
But now I have a question for you guys. Being that there's only, I believe, 4 games now on Sunday, do you think there are going to be as many announcements this time around?
Probably not. No.
Kind of depends on the game. Because
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, no, I was gonna say it's like the 4 games on there are all, well, I guess new enough to where they'd all probably get announcements. But then there's the other ones that like are not going to be on that Sunday thing, like Mortal Kombat 11, which I mean I'm sure is going to get something.
Yeah, because like I'm pretty sure it's gonna be like recently released at that point.
So it's going to be interesting at that point with the announcements and anything like that this time around.
Nah, the only thing that I want is Persona 4 Arena Ultimax to come to PS4.
That would probably be under the Blaze Blue Cross Tag thing finals.
Ew. Oh, well, yeah. I'm sorry.
What?
I thought you meant putting Ultimax in Blaze Blue Cross, and I'm like, oh god, no.
I mean, technically it is, with Persona 4 being a part of it.
Yeah, like Teddy got an ass for that.
Yeah.
That's true. You're right. I also have dreams. Okay.
I mean, technically they could also put your boy in there too as an announcement.
Yeah, but I doubt that'll be enough to get me into the game, though.
Yeah.
There's too much foreign in the game.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same game.
From what I hear.
But
does Blaze Blue Cross Tag and well, I'll just focus on Blaze Blue. But does Blaze Blue Cross Tag have burst?
Yes.
Oh man, would you look at that? It's a better game already. Looking good there.
Well, I'm going to be probably the sole person of any of the that I'm about to say because I doubt any of y'all even pay attention to Under Night in Birth.
Nope.
But I will say that I am actually very excited that it made the list because I haven't watched it like grow from the beginning, but I have like seen it from time to time, and that community is pretty awesome. So definitely. I'm happy that it's there.
It's untainted.
They worked hard to get there.
Yeah. Like they literally are the little engine that could. Like the people are like, well, we need Evo to be big and stuff. It's just like, well, look at them. They've been fighting like crazy, and now look where they are.
Plus, Mr. Wizard had to be like, we can't let dead or alive in here. It's dirty.
No, that's what Samurai Show's for. But I'm happy they're there, and fuck anybody who's trying to say they don't deserve to be there. In my opinion,
I almost feel like that's just like the elitist.
well, it's not even that, because like I was in another Discord. I'm not gonna name what Discord that was, but the second that it got announced, it's like, who the fuck knows this game? And I was just like, are you serious?
Like, dude, I don't even fuck with the anime games, anime fighters like that, and I knew about Under Night.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that like I think I've heard the name, but I hadn't really heard it like in ages. I didn't, so I'm just gonna throw myself into like I didn't know the camp. I didn't know the game camp. But that said, I would not fucking want to take away the game's chance at like being able to be on the show.
Which is basically what the other Discord people were doing. It's just like, it's so deserved. It's like, well, do you know anything about the game? No? Then how can you know that?
Yes, I'm just be like, okay, let's see what this game has to offer.
Yeah, that was just gonna be my little rant there.
That game can get hype. Oh man, I'm sorry, Jazz. We kind of ruined your rant with logic and reasoning. Sorry about that.
It is. I got enough of a rant coming. Trust me.
From what I hear.
So like they're like, yeah, man, like everybody else is gonna hate me for this. Yeah, man, Eunice got in. Sweet, man. That's
It's like, you weren't supposed to agree with me. No, that's fine.
like, where am I supposed to put this misplaced anger?
Oh, don't worry. There's another game that I just recently played that gets it. No. But is there all we have for Evo right now? At least.
I think so. We got most of like our stuff out in the last pod, I think.
All right. So the other game that Jason just played, well, stress test. Let me just put that out there now. Mortal Kombat 11.
Yo, how dare they? How dare they not put Sub-Zero in there? Word.
It is kind of weird that they had 3 characters and Sub-Zero is not one of them.
Wait, they didn't put Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat 11?
In the stress test.
Not in the stress test. He's in the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
About to say, like, bro, dude.
No, that would be
Like,
weird.
don't play that game. That would suck.
0 out of
Like,
10.
NRS stock would tank if they took out Sub-Zero out of a game.
Either Scorpion or Sub-Zero. One of them gone? Nope. Not playing that one.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that like when they took out Liu Kang, that like they took a hit.
Actually, they
did
didn't. They didn't take as much hit as you think. Because a lot of people were like, who the fuck cares?
A lot of people just whine.
What do you mean, who cares? Come on, man.
I mean, he did come back as a zombie, so somebody cared, I guess.
Exactly.
But that's the past, and there were also awful 3D fighting games. Okay.
We won't talk about that, all right? We rebooted.
Exactly.
We're better now.
Well, 2D,
sorta.
David. You have Excel in your library.
As Eddie saw me play earlier, the Mortal Kombat 11 thing. First initial impressions, and I'll just preface this now. I went in barely knowing a lot of what I was supposed to do because every character has changed from their last iteration. Like, nothing's the same at all. So I ended up having to learn everything on the fly, being that the only thing we could do was online. There was no practice. You couldn't look at the moves, etc., etc. So, first things first. The biggest complaint I think everybody has heard at this point is that the game looks slow. And I can literally confirm that, yes, this game is slow. And the main reason I can confirm that, it's actually funny. Just last week, I actually ended up playing some MKX just because. I was just like, this seems like a fun game. And to tell you that there's a difference between speeds is an understatement. It's literally probably one of the slower 2D fighters I've ever played in my life.
Damn.
Now, for anybody who's thinking, well, then does that mean I can't play any of the other MKs in order to get used to this one? Technically, no. if you're gonna really try to get used to this game before the game comes out, I guess you want to go with Injustice 2. Because that's probably the closest it's gonna play as. And I mean that in a very little sense of like projectile stuff, everything. Baraka is OP as shit in this game. Like, he is the complete package, I feel like. And I haven't even played the game, much of the game, but I just know it.
Just like first impressions, you're just like, yep, that's the motherfucker.
Yep, that's that guy. Everybody's gonna be using that guy. But
Baraka mirror grand finals and shit.
I can see it happening. If they don't change anything on him, I can see it. The online is fine. I didn't think I had any laggy matches except for maybe one that started in the beginning and then smoothed out as the fights went on. So online's good there. There's a lot of input delay though. I'm trying to think. Street Fighter 5 had like the input delay like 8 frames, I think, or whatever.
That's what it used to be, yeah.
Kind of like that. But I think, from what I understand, some people say that's supposed to help the lag somehow. I don't know. Don't ask me about that.
Don't ask me about that shit.
But everything feels kind of floaty, and with the lack of speed, things like you go in for a jump in thinking, okay, this is the time I'm supposed to press the button in order to do the kick or whatever, and you do it, and it's like a second early, and it's just like, okay, that was really bad. Now I'm getting punished. That happened a lot, and also they don't tell you anything really. Like, literally, there's supposed to be the defensive bar and the offensive bar. They're not one bar like normally in most fighting games. But it's up until a couple of minutes ago before the podcast started, I had no idea how to use the defensive bar. Not at all. So there would be times where Baraka, the man himself, would literally just be on top of me, and I just had to take it. I literally could do nothing against him. I would get up, block, and take whatever he gave to me.
I also saw that you did a move with Scarlet on him, and like the recovery for that move was so slow. I could almost swear Baraka punished you on hit.
Yes, and both Scorpion and Scarlet have something like that apparently, because and Baraka seems to have all his strings are safe for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But I know which one you were talking about because it's like a really like long scythe move. And you would think with like that kind of thing, it would give you a lot of hit stun or whatever on your opponent. But it leaves you, I want to say 8 frames for the other person to punish. It's just like, why would I ever use this move? Why?
Yeah, because I could almost swear you're like -45 on hit. He had time to think, I'm going to do this, and then did it.
Exactly. I could do... No, let's not do that. Let's do this move. Why am I still stuck in animation?
Almost sounds like the dude could just like take a nap and then fucking start wrecking
It really
your
felt like that. I'm not kidding.
Dude went to the kitchen, made himself a sandwich, sat down, ate that bitch.
He ate it slow, too.
He savored that shit.
I'm trying to think of what else that I recently went around with. That was my really biggest complaint, though, is that it felt like when anybody was on top of someone, no one could do anything about it unless the other person fucked up somehow. Like, if they just kept attacking you, you just had to take it and hope to God that you could empty jump or something. Speaking of
Sounds
which...
like fighting Ultimate Gohan and Fighters.
Exactly. Like, actually, that's a perfect example. It was like anybody you fought was Ultimate Gohan.
Oof.
Now that I know how to do it, though, like the defensive things, it might change when I go back tomorrow. I kind of doubt it, though. because there were times where they're supposed to give you armor, right? When you do the defensive options, including like the fatal blow. But there would be times where I would do, quote, the fatal blow, and somehow, and with Baraka again, but even Scorpion sometimes would hit me once, and I would be knocked out of the move. And you would see the armor would break. Like, it didn't make any sense to me. It happened a lot. So I don't know if that's just a Scarlet thing, or if it's just something that they were doing to make that happen. There's a lot of uncertainty. What's that?
Our blood wasn't hard enough.
I guess not. But there's a lot of uncertainty around this game that makes me kind of like, my hype was at a certain point, and now it's definitely lowered. I will say that I'm not going to be like writing this game off, because like I said again, I didn't really know anything what I was doing. I just jumped in there and hoped for the best. Which I honestly have to give props to DOA's beta, because it actually gave you something. Like, they didn't just throw you out there to the wolves and hope for the best. They gave you some kind of tutorial.
I mean, because I will say also, like, and then from what it sounds like, it like you went in and had like a difficult time picking it up. And I will also I almost feel like we should also give props to the Soul Calibur 6 beta when we were playing that.
Absolutely not. Because Soul Calibur 6 threw you to the wolves too.
Yeah, but it wasn't as difficult. Like, it wasn't as difficult to pick it up as like just as making Mortal Kombat sound.
No, I'd say it was easier because you had access to a move list.
That's your verdict.
For which one? Before I say something.
For Mortal Kombat, you at least had access to a move list, right?
See, I would argue against that because I couldn't even have time to look at the move list. Because by the time I would like put up the thing, it's during their intros, and if you skip the intro where you're already in the fight, good luck. So there's no point in even having that there if I can't even access it. Like, you would have to be lucky to be like, oh, I want to see what the intro says for your opponent, so you can actually look at the move list while the intro is going. Because if you don't, well, you're screwed. And that happens so many times.
Square up, bitch.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, because even in betas, people will fucking be like super protective about like their fucking rankings.
Like, I can't tell you how many times I was like, well, maybe I can look up some combos real quick during the intros. Intro over before it even started because they pressed the X button and say, let's go fight. Well, I'm screwed. Good luck. And I can tell, like, a lot of people were picking up Baraka, and I kind of want to pick him up too just to see how easy he is, because that was the character I saw the most out of like 40 matches. I think Scarlet was the least one I saw. Scorpion was kind of in the middle because it's Scorpion. I mean, let's be honest here.
Yeah. You're like, when you were using Scarlet, everyone else was you're just kind of like, oh man.
I wish I knew what I was doing. Apparently everybody else does. But, and then, like, once I finally went back into the move list, which I'm wondering how this is going to work in tournament. Because there was something I ended up doing after the 15th Baraka where I went back to change one of her moves that I could equip to her to a teleport. And it did help. Because literally there would be times I was fighting Baraka and I couldn't get near him. He kept zoning me out. I literally could do nothing. And anytime I would get near him, he would meter burn his fireball and I would get knocked all the way back to the wall again.
So it's kind of like a Deathstroke kind of situation.
Yes. Except the main difference here is you don't have a meter burn roll. So you just have to hope for the best that you miss all those shots.
Could you duck the projectiles?
Nope. Couldn't
you
duck.
Can't duck it?
It's a mid.
Man. -5 out of 10 IGN. Holy
Like, this is why I was so frustrated. I was like, I can't even get near this guy. And then anytime I would get near him, he has so many moves that are either wake up things that push you back or anything that could literally combo into something that I didn't know how to punish. Like, it at all. If you could punish them. There were some moves that was like, okay, this has got to be my quickest move. Did not punish. Okay, I'm getting fucked up again. But overall, though, I'm just on the fence. I'm gonna give it another day now that I know something that could have helped me down the line. But right now, it's definitely what they said. It's very slow. It's very floaty, and it definitely has that injustice kind of feel to it, with the whole projectile kind of thing going. Except the only difference here is there's not as many defensive options against such things.
Yeah, because like, is it just me or is NRS kind of like slowly, like gradually getting worse at like whole making a character is like projectile like perfect?
If honestly, if it wasn't the fact that I just played the stress test, I would say maybe that's going a little bit overboard. But then there were times I was literally doing the same thing with Scarlet, and I would say, "Oh my gosh, this is injustice." So
Injustice with Mortal Kombat characters.
Exactly. And like, I know maybe Scorpion's teleport can kind of change that meta in a way because it's a attack that comes from behind, but it's also an unsafe attack. So it's just We'll see. It's only 3 characters, and then the real beta comes out in 2 weeks. Maybe there's more characters that can change the meta down the line. I kind of don't see it though, because
Maybe Sub-Zero might.
Well, then that was the thing. I did hear Sub-Zero kind of helps that thing because his slide can duck under those fireballs.
Right.
Which is like one of those things like, okay, that can change the meta a bit. Let's see if there are other characters that have something similar to that, because I can't even imagine playing Sonya against Baraka. That just seems like a matchup made for Baraka to win, from what I've seen. But overall, I won't give a score yet because I'm going to give that second day. But I'm
Plus
not
it's a beta, so.
Yeah. It's not even like a beta, it's a stress test. Like, this is like almost pre-alpha type shit.
It's basically an alpha.
Yeah. But so far, first impressions, not great.
You hear that, Chris G?
I don't think he liked the game that much either.
Well, I meant that is it like you hear that you have someone that agrees with you kind of way.
No. He probably still disagreed with me just for the clout. But now, do y'all have any questions so far about it?
Nope.
Nah, man, Jade wasn't in it.
It is kind of weird that they only did those 3. I was expecting Sub-Zero, but
I was expecting Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and then maybe Garrus. Because you get your original 2, but then you get a new piece of flavor. New piece of ass to go with it.
which makes a lot more sense actually. But
Well, what can you do? It's a
Exactly.
stress test anyway.
yeah.
Yep.
But no, I think that's it for that one. Now we can catch up on our old friend EA. Yay!
Rowdy.
What's up, Rowdy? So how much have y'all heard about what's been happening with Anthem lately? Yeah.
I hear it's not been doing good.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, I feel like there might be some details that I'm forgetting.
Did you guys expect for it to go good? Because, like, when I first heard about it, I was like, this is not going to go well. Like, I don't know. That's just me.
I mean, you can ask Eddie. From the jump, I was skeptical as shit.
Yeah, I was super skeptical, and I don't even, like, play those types of games that much. But I'm just like, yo, this is not going to go great. Not going to go good at all.
I knew from when I played the beta, I knew the game wasn't going to do well.
No.
Because they made a lot of the gameplay based around the movement, which the movement in the game isn't good.
Was it even worse on PC?
No, I don't know about all that one, Chief.
I think it was like you couldn't do your mouse thing, so like you would be going straight and you couldn't go down or some shit.
So do you have to aim with your mouse, like where you're going, kind of thing?
Yes.
Oh no.
Which sucks for flying.
That would suck for PC. Yeah.
Yeah, because for those of you who don't know, Razzle is basically our resident PC player.
Yeah. I don't use console like at all.
Yeah. She's one of
You
those
should,
people.
man. It's awesome.
Well, you gotta have money for that.
You gotta have money for PCs too.
Well, at least I have a PC, so I can just get the games for that. But I don't have a console.
All right, that's fair.
Fair point.
Very, very fair assessment, lady.
For now.
For now, wow.
Rowdy says he got a new job.
Hey, new job hype.
Nice.
Oh, but did y'all hear about the whole, like, they basically had something broken that people liked and then they fixed it?
Yeah, because when you're at endgame, you get these things called masterworks, which is like the best of the best stuff for your javelin, for your weapon, or anything like that. And there was a bug that allowed it to drop exponentially.
Mm-hmm.
And this is exponentially in the sense for Anthem. And people were enjoying it, and people were having a great time, and everyone was loving it. But because they said it was a bug, they got rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
EA said, fun in Anthem? Oh no, sir.
They did it twice.
Yeah, and they did it twice because it happened one time before. Which is crazy because the developers for Diablo were saying, we're telling them to do exactly the opposite of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the problem wasn't necessarily getting the gear. It's just that it's getting the gear and the gear's sucking dick.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like you're getting worthless stuff the whole time. So there's just like the problem isn't getting the gear. The problem is getting the best version of that gear.
And then
So
you have
say-
a 0.1% chance of doing that.
Yeah, and then now you have a 1% chance of you have a 1.1% chance of getting a masterwork, right? So what if you did all that grinding to get a masterwork, and it doesn't even go with your build?
Oh,
Yeah.
reminds me of Guild Wars, dude.
It's exactly like Guild Wars, actually.
It's like you do all that work, and then you get a piece of gear that isn't even for like your character. Like, boy.
I feel like I've run into this situation before in other MMOs.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
That's like the worst feeling ever, dude.
Think that, but really boring.
Well, because I feel like I can still put that in there because like I've played some MMOs where it's just kind of like, okay, we're at like the hardest dungeon or raid or whatever, fucking like it took forever to get to like the last boss. He drops the one piece of gear that you need after like fucking an hour-long fight. You finally beat him. It's just kind of like, okay, what's his gear? This isn't even my fucking class.
Yeah, think that. Except for Anthem. And then, go ahead.
Think about it as suffering throughout the entire time, only to suffer more.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes me absolutely ecstatic that the Division 2 is doing well.
That is what I've heard so far.
Piece of flavor. The grooviest cheese mountain
What the heck? My phone.
What the?
That thing scared me.
All I heard was cheese.
It's haunted, dude.
Who the fuck's in my house?
Yeah, even Rowdy knows the pain of like freaking grinding.
Yeah.
Because the problem isn't even the grind. The problem is not getting rewarded for your grinding.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then they fixed it, and then they unfixed it.
No. They broke it, and then
they fixed it. Yeah.
They made an enjoyable bug, and then fixed that same bug.
And like all the whole time the crowd's going like, make that bug a feature.
But
Yeah.
yes, they are actually. So much that they're actually boycotting the game in order to make it a feature.
Gosh, boycotting the game.
Like, that's the last thing the game needs.
This is legit happening. They put a date and everything.
Oh boy.
It's very hilarious. I just find it hilarious that this happened twice. It's like the first time, it's just like they fixed it, whatever, it's EA. The second time, people are still happy about this, and you fix it again. Like, what? What are you doing?
Just go to them and just like, are you sure you guys are game developers?
You know people like to play games, right?
This isn't just an excuse to spend money.
But it's just so funny to me how this thing is just spiraled out of control. And I already made a call with Trey earlier saying that if something that just got rumored, Borderlands 3, might be actually revealed in the coming weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I told him if that's actually true, Anthem is dead.
Yep. But because like, let me ask you this though, because wait, so like, does Trey have Anthem, or was it just something you were talking about?
Random talk. Yeah.
Okay. Because if he did, I would have just been like, oh no, Trey, what are you doing, man?
Especially after the fact that it literally bricked PS4s at one point.
Oh my god, yeah, I remember my friend telling me that.
Yeah, it's really bad. Although it wasn't even like PS4 exclusive, because apparently some Xboxes got it. And then PCs, they didn't get bricked, but it definitely did some bad shit to them.
BioWare, we used to make Mass Effect.
That was a long time ago. That was a time long ago.
In the time before the bad times.
The time where we used to be good.
Ooh,
Good
God.
times. Good times. I'll just be over here playing my Mass Effect trilogy.
And Jade Empire.
Oh God, it's so bad that if they ever announced it, I would cringe. I would literally be in moral pain in the fact that they are to this era of gaming.
They just announced it. It's like, no, not like this. Not like this.
You already took the kids. What do you want?
You want my blood, you fucking vampires.
I'll do anything. Just don't put out that. If you need me to buy Anthem, I'll buy 12. Just stop.
I'll keep the game I left myself. Just watch.
No, it just makes me cringe just thinking about what that could be. The first thing you see is just a microtransaction. You want to see the title screen? $8.
Want to learn this one punch? $8.
No, but I did want to do a quote discussion with you guys on this one, because it's a video, like a lot of people have been putting out videos on this. I'm kind of wondering what y'all's thoughts on it. Who do you think is to blame as far as percentage-wise between EA and BioWare on this game?
On Anthem?
Mm-hmm.
BioWare for not making the game great enough, and then EA for putting shit into it that doesn't need to be put into it.
So, like, as far as the percentage-wise, would you say, like, maybe EA 30, BioWare 70?
More like BioWare 60, EA 40.
I feel like it would be similar percentages, but reverse them.
Really?
Because I do kind of feel like because like all the opinions I have on BioWare are based off of their reputation. I never got a chance to play any of their games, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, because a lot of times I have heard people is like, oh my god, you know, Mass Effect's so fucking great, like Jade Empire is fucking fantastic, all this stuff, like
Dragon Age
a lot
is
of times
amazing.
shit like that, yeah. And there would be like people would would say that they are something along the lines of all right, ready. They would be along the lines of like something of like more closer to legendary like devs, you know, because they made like such grand games. And I would want to throw like some shade at BioWare because it would be like they're given a mechanic to work with. It would be like, okay, like, you know, you have to make this game like this, and so it would be like some of the shit would be like, well, some for BioWare for not actually taking what little they had and actually trying to like work on it and expand upon it. You know what I mean? Make lemonade out of lemons, so to speak. But of course, I would throw most of the shade for EA because like they're the ones in charge of the resources. They're the ones in charge of like what it is that they want for the game to be. They're the ones that are basically like pulling the strings in a lot of areas. And at this point, it's kind of like I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out that like BioWare's been broken since like Andromeda, but they're still fucking forcing BioWare to work. And even though at this point it's basically like just like skin and bones and like a shadow of its former self.
We don't talk about Andromeda.
Don't break my heart again. No, I think Eddie, you said it was okay.
Awesome. Andromeda was pretty fun, but you know what? I don't have that previous stigma of expectation from the other Mass Effect trilogy. So when I went into Mass Effect, I was like, all right, cool, I'm playing Mass Effect Andromeda, and everybody's just trashing this game.
I'm not gonna. Me and Jen were just heartbroken when you said that was your first one.
Well, too fucking bad. Well, guess what? That allowed me to enjoy shit. And y'all are not enjoying shit. So I feel like I'm winning.
Just let him enjoy what he enjoys.
But you know what? You know what? People say shit like that about every game. Just like it can always be better. But taking it at face taking it at face value, it was not that bad of a game.
No, I'm sure that there's people who could be like fucking like, oh, well, Persona 5 is not as good as Persona 4.
Yeah, but we don't talk to those people.
Yeah. Who are those people?
I'm just saying, I'm sure they're out there.
Hey,
I've only played 5. I've only played 5. I do not associate myself with any of those people. I'm just saying they exist.
Yeah, you better not have.
Is Wayne Brady gonna have to choke him?
It would be that. It's just like, hi, I'm a person that likes Persona 4 more than 5, and then Wayne Brady just fucking comes out and chokes me. And it's like, what did I do?
You're associated with him?
No, Persona 5 is definitely going to be better than Persona 4 or 3 just because of the time that it came out.
Although I will say, personally, I do like 4 better than 5.
What? Get the fuck out of here.
I will say that 5 is
Are we associated with someone like that?
I will say that 5 definitely has way above what 4 had, but Golden kind of has a special place for me.
And did you even finish Golden?
Yes, I finished Golden multiple times.
My nigga. Cause I swear to God, if you would have said no, I would have put you in that same place as he who shall not be named.
And I would deserve it.
Yo, dude, I didn't even know you played through it as many times as you did.
Yeah, because I think I told you one time, like I hated the fact that I went the Yukiko route. Because it was the most boring thing ever. It's like, wow, okay. This was such a waste of my time.
I thought you were gonna become one of them niggas.
No, that was Persona series is definitely one I like to play over and over again.
If you had to play a Persona game, I want to say FES because you get the full story, but Portable because you'd have full party control.
Which makes sense.
But I will say, just to like sort of keep this moving a little bit.
EA sucks. Like, all right, next.
Yeah, short version is yeah. Like those are the percentages I throw out.
All right. I'm actually on Eddie's side.
Hmm. Because
That's
at this point, at this point, you can make a good game with a not a bad development studio, but a bad publishing studio.
Mm-hmm.
Because of what Apex Legends did. Anybody under EA, if they really wanted to make a strong game, they'd tell them, "Go fuck yourself. I'm working right now."
Yep.
That's also true. I mean,
It's
ultimately, it's still close to 50-50. Doesn't matter which one, really.
that and the games that BioWare have been making have all sucked.
Mm.
So they're progressively getting worse as a studio. Maybe I'm being a little too harsh, but the past few games that they have made, especially with that Mass Effect trilogy, because say what you want, the Mass Effect trilogy fucking sucks dick gameplay wise,
I would
and I will
disagree with
not.
that.
Isn't it just about like the story though?
It
is mostly about the story,
the
Is
story
it more,
carries
like who
it.
cares
Yeah.
about the gameplay, bro?
Yeah.
Well, that's just my
I would
opinion, so
disagree
I don't
with
know.
that when it comes to 3. 1, I will
Okay.
100% agree with you. It
All right.
sucked. 2, they were getting there, but it still wasn't great. 3 was actually they perfected it. In my
Like
opinion,
three did it right, huh?
they did it right.
All right, man. I'll take your word for it.
Same.
Yeah, but no,
Somewhere
like,
in the back of my mind, it's always gonna suck. dick.
exactly. It doesn't matter.
But the thing is, if I'm playing a game, I want to have fun playing the game. The story can suck for as much as it could, right?
Hmm.
If niggas can get through Kingdom Hearts and the gameplay is like fun enough for them, then that's all well and good. But if I'm not having fun playing a game, if I'm constantly running into bugs, why would I play this game? Oh, but the story's great. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I mean, that's
So,
what what's
yeah,
his
'cause
name
it's
ran
like-
off of for the longest time. Bethesda.
See, but we're not talking about them. They should have
No, because like gameplay is important regardless of story because because you will run into lots of sections where it's more gameplay than it is story.
Mm-hmm.
More often than not.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's something like Metal Gear Solid 4 or something like that.
Look at all that brisk gameplay, David Kage.
Become what's his name? Fucking I don't even remember the guy anymore.
That's how memorable that game was. But,
And I still haven't.
So I guess we're good on Anthem now.
It's about.
definitely.
All right, let's get on to Dead or Alive 6. Moopsy, I'll let you go first.
All right. Let me see. Let me get my thoughts together because I am also just fucking around. Because I guess I'll say this. I'll start off with this. Like I am really enjoying the game. There are some parts where it's just kind of like I do wish Rowdy's core values.
My core values.
I am having fun with the game. I am kind of like with everyone else, where it's just kind of like I do wish that they had some more to the online. I'm glad that they did do a little fix up for that costume thing. Like I noticed that it's considerably faster to get costumes now.
Mhm.
What else? I do like that they still have a lot of the single player options like time attack, arcade. I can see your problems with the way that they present the story, Jazz. I tried it a couple days ago, and after 4 or 5 chapters, I was just kind of like, yeah, this is a problem.
Ooh, do not get me started on that bullshit.
Go ahead.
What kills me is how they released core fighters with the core values before lobbies.
I'm gonna get to that. Don't worry.
Yo, yeah, Jazz is about to explode on that shit.
I just wanted to get involved.
Fair enough.
That's fine, yeah. That's like when I talk to you guys about Tekken. But let's see what else. Online, it's been as of this moment, it's been kind of hit or miss. Like I had some days where it's like super good, like I almost had, like, don't have any problems, and then like earlier today, for example, there were some parts where I'm just kind of like, I swear to God, this motherfucker is just like fucking trying to lag switch or some shit like that. I swear. Which also sucked because this was the day where I actually am collecting footage for my video. And let's see, costume selection, it's not horrible, but it's not the greatest. And I'm talking like base fucking Dead or Alive Ultimate versus this one. Let's see. Can us viewers get a quick rundown of the story? I'm in the dark. Future viewers too.
Well, I mean, it's not worth it anyway. So, should we spoil quotes?
I will, like, yes, I want to say no, because I've only seen a couple chapters. I haven't seen like the whole thing. So I do kind of want to see like how the story goes.
Okay.
The problem is that it's just like the way. No, it's fine, Roddy. But it's like just the way that they do present it. It is kind of problematic because I'm just kind of like, okay, so what's the order I'm supposed to fucking go? Because this is kind of a little bullshit. And that's me trying to hold back. And let's see, is there anything else? Graphics look really good. Gameplay's still really clean. I still really like it. Although I'm not gonna lie, freaking when I tried to see like Kasumi's gameplay, I'm thrown way the fuck off because like they changed her up a lot.
I'm
like
get to that too.
Damn, man. Well, I will, because I think we should probably also preface this that it's just kind of like, out of the four of us in this call, Jazz is the longer time Dead or Alive fan. So it's just kind of like, if he's saltier than most, that's why. I do feel like we should add that.
Yes. We should definitely add that.
And yeah, otherwise it's just going to be like, I'm going to blast this, and this is my first Dead or Alive. I'm just like, calm the fuck down, Jazz.
I'm just saying, man. Jazz has so much salt in his body right now. I'm getting high blood pressure. Right
I don't even need to eat these chips anymore. What else? Character selection, which I know that's another oof for Jazz.
You know, after thinking about it, not so much anymore.
For me, I kind of am okay with it because a lot of the characters that are coming in at launch are characters that were DLC as in 5. So you can't necessarily promise that everybody got like all the characters. Like not everybody got a chance to play Marie Rose or Rido.
Which is why that's one of the reasons I was just like, you know what? Looking back on it, it's not as bad as I initially thought.
Right. Still not entirely great. I fully see that.
Yeah.
But like, there are some characters where it's just kind of like these guys were missing, so I'm gonna cut that a little bit of slack too. Overall, though, and this is after like I feel like I've seen like enough to be able to get a score. I would still say that this game is a solid 8 out of 10. I think when I talked to Jess privately, I gave it like an 8.5 or closer to a 9.
Yeah, it was a 9.
But yeah, but it's like after a while, after like some stuff starting to stack up and starting to like get to me, I'm gonna unfortunately knock it down to an 8. I still really like it, and I'm still gonna replace that over freaking Dragon Ball Fighters, but yeah, it's an 8 for me.
Where do I
activate the sirens, because he's gonna fucking blow!
Where do I start with this bullshit? Alright.
Jazz, I'm scared.
And he's just like, Raz, hold me.
Let me just start down the list, what I'm looking at right now. Starting with story. What in the actual fuck were you thinking? Like, I can't even begin to even comprehend what happened in some points, and I beat the story. Like where you're saying like, well, where this thing's messed up and whatnot. Trust me, there are going to be parts where you're going to be like, I don't even know where this is, but I don't care. Like literally, there were literally only 2 moments where I was thinking, okay, that's actually not a bad idea. The rest of this is pointless. There was no reason they shouldn't have had a certain character, I'm not going to say, due for spoilers, but there was no reason he shouldn't have been out of the story. Absolutely not. In fact, the fact that he was out of the story makes it even worse. Because
Okay, Jess. For the people that do play this, does his name start with D?
Yes.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
Exactly. Like, anybody who knows and plays this, you know it by his first name starting with D. But literally, it makes zero sense. Like, this story arc makes no sense. And it actually, I want to say, I don't know if I want to say that actually, because we're trying to avoid spoilers. Stupid.
Yeah, you should call him that, Jess. Call him Dr. Doom.
So Dr. Doom is just not in there. He wasn't even a stinger. What the hell? But no, there's so many things that almost kind of even get retconned. I won't say what, but it changes things that shouldn't have been changed. And this is one of the few games, I think I might have told you this way back, Eddie, that I tend to do dub instead of sub a lot more times than sub instead of dub. This is one of the few games, absolutely, without a doubt, it has to be in sub. Because I have never cringed so much in my life hearing somebody speak lines into a game.
And we played Dynasty Warriors.
Exactly.
Wow.
You know how bad that is.
Yeah, we played Dynasty Warriors in English dub, and we knew it was cringy, but whatever, right?
Not even close.
Like it's so bad it's good.
Literally, I can stand Dynasty Warriors. It's got a charm to it, actually. What is this line delivery?
Yeah, like it actually the dub in Dynasty Warriors is actually so bad that it just turned right back around to being like, yeah, man.
Mm-hmm. Like I can't.
It's like each line reading is like its own version of the room.
Exactly,
Yes.
Except worse. Because you know what?
I
We
meant for
can
like
quote
Dynasty
those.
Warriors.
Well,
For this one,
okay,
it's actually
yeah,
worse.
Yeah. Like, we can quote stuff from the room, and it'd be fun. That's Dynasty Warriors right there. This decided to take it to a whole nother level of what the hell.
We're only at the story. Oh my god.
We're only at the goddamn story.
Let me tell you, goddamn kids, something.
Oh my gosh. I can't say anymore because it would be spoilers. So I'm gonna go past the story. Now, I will say, thankfully, they, like you said, they did change the whole costume thing and whatnot. But I still think they shouldn't have changed it from the first place the way it was in 5. There was no problem unlocking costumes in 5. None.
Oh hell no! You could, you could. The only ones that like really had requirements were like the super sexy shit.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, you could just like do an arcade a couple of times and unlock like fucking a good chunk of costumes.
Exactly.
Or actually, it was pretty much just play arcade once and you will just unlock a costume.
Exactly. And then you had the other way of doing it, which is the way I did it, which made it 10 times faster, was tag team, which is not in the fucking game.
Well, because like let me ask you this, since I'm the newbie out of the two of us, was that always there, or was that just like a thing that they had?
It was in the majority. Like, it wasn't in like 1 or 2, but like 3 up, it was there.
Okay. So yeah, I can see that being a problem then.
Like, why? Why are you taking things away? And then there's a whole other thing with the controversy on that. I'm not going to get to it yet. But there's the tutorial part, which you probably think to myself, tutorial? Really? What the hell was that throw tutorial one? Literally, they have it to where the tutorial is you die basically if you take so much damage, but the other person doesn't take any damage really. And the way they tell you how to like break throws and stuff, it literally doesn't make sense for certain throws that the computer throws out. Like, you know, in most tutorials they'll keep throwing out the same thing over and over again, so you can just like to do it. Nope, not here. They'll throw out some random ass shit that does nothing to do with your tutorial, and you just keep dying over and over again until they actually do it. And sometimes they won't even do it. I've had literally tutorials, they didn't do it once. And I couldn't go past the tutorial until I like died 4 times.
Shit.
What the fuck? And I didn't even really need it. I just wanted to see why people were saying it was so hard. Because that was the reason I went there is because I went on some forums and it was like, why is the tutorial so hard? Why is the tutorial so hard? I'm just thinking, okay, let me just see what this is. Why is the tutorial so hard? You're supposed to be teaching me, not kicking my ass.
But Jess, some people would argue you learn by getting your ass kicked.
Not this way.
You're just like, and you know what I say to them? Fuck them!
Because I am slightly a believer of that when it goes online. But I don't even know how to play the game yet, and you're already kicking my ass. Learn! Learn!
So like, all right, we're gonna teach you about breaking throws, but then now you do a command throw.
It's like, wait, whoa! Good luck! What the fuck?
Rowdy.
Oh, man. And then, let's see, what else is there? I'm just going down the list right now. As Moopsy said, the online is kind of hit or miss.
I guess they never missed, huh?
God damn it. Why did you do that for him?
Missed opportunity.
Fair enough. But then they also put out the game without lobbies, which is the biggest thing I was kind of hoping for, especially since they said they were going to do it in the beta and never did. So, what's taking so long?
Yeah, because I think it's supposed to come out like at the end of the month, and I'm not saying that it's just kind of like, oh, forgive him for it. It's like, I'm just, don't shoot the messenger, Jess, please, I'm sorry.
No, I'm not going to shoot you. I'm actually going to shoot all of them.
It's like, I'm going to shoot you some other time for some other thing. But yeah, like I heard that they're supposed to be like coming out at the end of the month, and then you're going to get to the other grievance afterwards. But like, the only thing I can imagine is that like they fucked up something, and like that's the reason why it's been delayed. But it must have been like a really bad fuck up, because it shouldn't be taking this long.
Which leads me to a whole other thing about that fuck up. How is it that Core Fighters is out before lobbies? How?
Can I do you one better? How is it that Core Fighters is out? Period.
Really, in general, correct, but literally. There's so much stuff that needs to be fixed before that's even a thought. How is this out now? In like, what, 2 weeks? 2, 3? After the game's released?
I've heard 15 days, so about 2 weeks.
So yeah, about 2 weeks. The actual hell.
The actual ass.
Literally, people paid $60 for this thing when they could have just waited like 2 weeks to just get this game. And just get the character they want. Why is this a thing? And the thing is, the funny thing is, actually, it came out on Steam last night first, and they didn't even announce it. It was just like, it's this there. There you go. Somebody just randomly saw it, it's like, wait, what?
Honestly, if they were gonna do like a Core Fighter, the only thing I could imagine is that they would want to do it as kind of like as like a little free-to-play demo kind of thing, and I'd be like, okay, fine. If you guys are gonna throw out Core Fighters, have it be like super bare minimum, right? Then I'd be cool with that. But it's like I hear that it's basically got like a lot of the stuff that is that's pretty much like a lot of the modes that are basically like in the full version of the game. And if you're gonna do that and then just fucking like sell you like the characters that you want to play, it's just kind of like, yeah, that's the problem of like why even bother buying like the full copy? I own the full copy and I want the game to thrive. That's why I'm just kind of like, why did you guys release Core Fighters?
I'm not gonna lie to you. The second I knew that, I took this game back, and I got DMC. I literally swapped the games. They let me do it.
Y'all mind if I pull on my devil trigger?
Exactly. Because I literally, all I really wanted to play was Mila and Hitomi. Hitomi's already unlocked, so I only just gotta pay for Mila. Why would I buy the full game? Literally.
I mean, I can't give you a reason.
Oh, man.
This is why Mr. Wiz didn't want it at Evo. Yeah.
This right here. Oh gosh.
That plus boobies offend them.
Straight up offensive. like, damn, dog.
Is it all out of your system, Jess, or do you have any other stuff?
It was one other thing, but it must have not been that important because I can't think of it right now. But there was definitely one other thing. That's what it was.
Oh my god, he's got more! Duck!
I forgot because you brought it up. The character changes. Some of these characters got changed super drastically, while other characters got nothing. Absolutely nothing at all.
Hayabusa, I feel like you could make the argument, is one of the characters that got like no changes.
Exactly. Exhibit A, Hayabusa. Not a thing. Literally. But then you have characters, like you just said, Kasumi, has... What? Why did you change her? She needed nothing. She's high tier. And then you know the character I wanted changes for, but didn't get shit. Well, no, actually, I take that back. I got a very unsafe move that's very hard to do and does literally nothing for me. Which is Mila. Because literally one of the things me and Moopsy did was we did our wish list, which surprisingly got a lot more views than I thought it was gonna get. But one of the things was I wanted like their grab stuff to change because it's too easy to break. Like Eddie, you know how Marduk has those takedown grabs and stuff?
Yeah, boy.
Mila has something similar. The problem is hers are 100 times easier to break than Marduk's. And it literally makes the character almost useless.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of her other stuff, you either know it's either going to be a high or a low, and with the game's parry system that takes not as much damage as in 5, but it's still a good bit of damage, she's not that good. And you literally didn't do anything for her. You just basically said, good luck, Mila players. But then you change something like Hitomi, who literally has 3 other strings that lead into 8 different combos that lead into all these other different strings that can literally stun in the second hit to the point where you can't parry anymore. Why did you change so characters so drastically but not others? Or give them something so useless you're never going to see it ever?
That sounds like something Capcom did with Street Fighter V.
I would say it's worse. Like, way worse.
But absolutely worse, yeah.
Because, like, literally, I feel like a lot of that kind of stuff eventually got figured out over time. Like, why they added X thing.
Mm-hmm. Here, you're just like, it's
literally useless. It's like, we did something, all right, we're done.
This counts as an update.
Enjoy yourselves. No, now we can get to the controversy part.
What?
So, yeah, you know.
This wasn't the controversy part?
No, it was not, actually.
We were just talking about like the regular ass game. Also, Jess, I think before the controversy.
Oh my gosh! All that ranting was just for the game.
Just for the game. We haven't even gotten to the controversy yet.
I was gonna say though, Jess, you should probably give you like your score before we go into the controversy. I think.
My score for DOA 6 is a 6.
Ha, for DOA 6.
I'm not going to go lower than that because, like with a lot of stuff Moopsy said, it does work. It does look good. And it does feel okay with certain characters.
if they're the ones that you didn't get screwed over on.
Exactly. But I could not give it any higher than that. Especially with the controversy. Now, you want to talk about it first or me?
You go, because...
So I'm sure you guys have heard by now about the DLC that has been for this game.
That.
Yes, the season pass.
Right.
Whole whopping $93 season pass. And I believe it's 2 characters and 16 costumes. Is that correct?
I don't think it's 16 costumes. Or I'm not exactly sure on the number.
Better be fucking more.
I know it's not that much more than that.
Yikes.
Wait,
Then
how
it-
much was it?
$93.
$93.
Ooh, yikes.
Season Pass 1!
Yeah, because like I thought it because like what I had heard was like I knew that there were gonna be like packs, but not I didn't hear like an exact number of like what the costume of how many costumes there were gonna be.
Yeah, they're going to be packs. We don't know when, but it's going to be released in packs. But until then, you gotta have the Season Pass.
There was like an announcement of like they released some costumes today or this week, I think, because I even bought some of them.
And those costumes were part of the deluxe edition. Because you're
Okay.
talking about the wedding ones, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were part of the deluxe edition.
Okay. Yeah, because like I saw that there's gonna be there was the wedding costumes that came out today or this week. There was gonna be like the second half coming out later this month. There was gonna be another pack coming out next month, another pack after that, and then I believe the month after that, that's when like the King of Fighters characters were coming out.
Mm-hmm. Whopping $93. Now,
Yeah,
I
'cause-
believe you have some thought processes on this, Moops. So,
Well,
the
'cause,
floor
like-
is yours.
In my selfish ass brain, I will preface it with that. With my selfish ass brain, it was just basically like, just let me know when the DLC characters are gonna come out. I'll just buy those, and there's a good chance I'm not even gonna want to get most of the fucking costumes. So I honestly just don't give a shit, and I don't even buy season passes for the most part. Like that was just my thought process. And when people said that like $93, with my limited ass range of information, I was just kind of like, you know what? I don't care. I'm not gonna buy them. I have no interest in it anyway. Just like fucking point me to the release dates for the characters, and then I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And then like because that's kind of the thing about it. Because like I'm kind of keeping myself separate because it's just like I'm not saying that it's not a dumb move. I'm not saying it's not overpriced. And with like the whole it's just like 16, it's like 16 costumes or some fucking tiny ass number like that. It's just like, yeah, it's stupid, and I wouldn't be surprised if it either flops or there's like a decent chunk of stupid people that actually would go out of their way to actually buy those costumes.
I already
And I
know
would just
somebody
be
who
like,
has a season pass.
wow, it's not me.
No, thank goodness.
I've got just enough brains. But it's just kind of like it's either gonna be like either some people are dumb enough to buy it, or some people or they're just not gonna make any money because they're overcharging for that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like because I have seen some like people talk on the internet and stuff where they're just where they have this mentality of almost like whenever a DLC comes out, not even like a DLC that they want. It's just like a DLC comes out. People have like a reaction of like, well, I have to buy it for some fucking reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just kind of like, I'm sure that those are the people that are gonna be screwed out of $93 by the end of this. But for me, I'm just kind of like, I'm just gonna pick and choose the costumes I want and get the characters, and I'm good. I'm golden. I'm gonna save like $80.
Mm-hmm. What should be $10 each?
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. If that's the case, though, I would just be like, okay, I want this character, and I'm good.
Turns out we're both wrong. It's like 15. Like, wait a minute.
If it was $15, I'd be like, ooh.
That money had to come in somewhere.
But like, man, because I would be kind of torn because it's like, I was saying, you know, it's like I want the game to survive and I want the game to like be supported well and all that stuff. I want it to have a scene, but a mixture of core values and fucking stupid monetary decisions like this make it kind of like 6 is not looking good.
I can already tell you, it's not looking good on Steam, period. Now, I don't know about anything else, but on Steam, it ain't looking good.
Yeah, so. I mean, let's hope that like people are able to mod those games.
I mean, sure, they've already got all the nude mods.
Yeah,
That was day one. Yeah, I am not a fan of it, obviously, but I'm not a fan of it being that of what has already happened in the past, which was the whole thing with DOA 5 basically breaking the record of most DLC in gaming, period. And for anybody wondering what that averaged out to on Steam, it was $1,254.63. So we're already at $93 for DOA 6. There's a very good chance, in my honest opinion, that it could go higher than that number.
I would not be surprised unless the backlash is super bad. Who knows if they would drop the price?
I just don't like that aspect. Like, this could definitely happen, and it most likely will. Like, that, it rubs me all kinds of the wrong way. But overall, I think that's our thoughts on it, right? Unless anybody else had anything to add.
Nah, man. Marie Rose is a character that people main. They're groomers. Let's just face it. I don't care if she is 18.
I'm about to say, you do know that she is like the top person in Japan, right?
What?
Yeah, she's the #1 most loved character in Japan.
Fucking groomers, man.
Well, that means you can't like anything Japanese, Eddie.
That's gonna suck.
Is that a Tekken picture I see, Eddie?
Of an American person. There's a difference.
Wow.
Yeah, Rowdy Marie Rose is 18.
Yep, she is 18.
Yeah, I know. I just want to say that for
still going to jail.
Yeah, I hear the police sirens already, bro.
Oh, they're just coming after me for another thing. Shit.
Well,
Rowdy, what is life?
I just find it funny that the one that's least liked over there is Christy, Mariposa, and Tina.
Really?
Yeah, they're at the bottom 3.
Man, fuck that.
It's just
What's this? Hiroshima 2.0? I'm sorry, I take that back. that was really poor.
Yeah, you even got a reaction out of Rowdy.
That's racist.
Yeah, man, that was fucked, especially for me.
Yeah, I forgot.
I should have said Hiroshima 2 Electric Boogaloo.
Dude, that doesn't make it that much better. In fact, it sounds like you keep putting in Japanese and the blacks. But, I was trying to think of some of the other rankings that actually surprised me. Mila was in the middle. Although apparently she's going down further as we go. Hanukkah was up the top at number 6, which is complete jailbait in all aspects and forms. I think I said this to you. How is Hanukkah bigger than Tina?
I don't know. You're asking me.
In certain areas.
I wouldn't fucking know. When I got to my head, I'll still be like, I don't know, man. It's like I'm just like, I'll just play the ninja.
Even bigger than No, I think we're done with JRLI 6.
Yep, I give it an 8. Jess gives it a 6, but it's also his rating system, so that's probably like a 7 or something.
It's actually a 4. No. No.
Rowdy's asking how old is Hanukkah? She's
Hanukkah is 18.
Yeah.
But she's like on the cusp of 18. Like just turned 18.
Yeah, because like in terms of like characters, it's like they're all U.S. legal age.
Like Raz 18.
I was gonna make that same joke, but I didn't want to nobody.
But he's just like, I don't want the police on my ass.
I was gonna say, I'm like, you know how Raz turned 18, right? Yeah. Sooner than that 18.
1 minute after.
Literally, the story takes 1 minute. That's how old she. We're not saving boats. Stop that. Now we can move on to the Momo challenge. Now, I was talking to Mootsie about this earlier, and, well, actually, Raz, do you want to add anything onto this before I say anything?
What? I wasn't even listening. I'm sorry.
Yep, sounds alright.
All important fourth member.
You bitch.
No,
Well, no, Eddie, that's adulthood right there.
Yeah, there you go. Like I passed.
See, she's already there. No, I was gonna ask, did you want to say anything about the Momo challenge before I started on it?
I think it's really dumb, and I don't know why people are, like, going for it unless they're like 5. You know, if you're old enough to think for yourself, then you should think, hey, maybe this isn't such a good idea. But I don't know. That's just me. I mean,
This
I've
is one
seen
of the
some
younger
pretty
kids.
dumb stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the internet sucks. We need to get rid of it. We don't need it. It's like, it's just dumb. That's my opinion.
It's done more harm than good.
It needs to go. To preference anybody who doesn't know what the Momo challenge is, basically, it's like the Rickroll? Yeah, it's like that, but instead of like getting Rickrolled, you're getting scared to death by an ugly little deformed woman thing. And basically, it was a meme that kind of came up like last year in like the summer. And I was pretty sure, like most memes, that it was going to go away like in a month. And something else stupid would probably take its place, which something has actually a little bit. But I'm not going to talk about that. But apparently it's actually grown to the point that like the news is talking about it now. And going back to what you were saying, Eddie, about somebody dying. So a lady was having like her daughter like watch some YouTube stuff or whatever on in their car, and she was just randomly going through YouTube stuff, and then she actually went to one of those videos. Like it had SpongeBob on it, but it didn't. You couldn't tell that it was like the Momo thing, or whatever. The second it turned onto the screen, she threw the screen at her mom, and they almost crashed into a truck.
That doesn't count.
That's what I'm saying. It almost happened.
While she was driving?
While she was driving. That sounds like it almost happened.
All right, then.
But,
Makes sense.
I don't know. My thing is, why did this stick? Like, out of all the memes, all the bad ones, and the good ones, why this one?
I wish I knew.
It's probably just like the adrenaline rush tied to it or something.
Like a horror game kind of thing?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's possible.
Like that's not really like my thing. So I would.
Yeah, it's just kind of like I delve into some horror games, but not enough for me to be able to say like I'm a junkie like Jazz is, for example.
I need my fix.
There he goes again. But I do know that there are some people that's just like they do like to watch horror movies, play horror games, do all that kind of stuff, because they do like to be scared.
Which is fine, but it's one of those things that was like, it's okay if you like that, but why are you spreading it to others?
Well, that's where like human stupidity comes in.
Yes, the internet.
Because it's kind of like the same stupid mentality involving memes and like the old school fucking like Rick rolling kind of mentality of just kind of like, I'm gonna trick people, hee, look at me, I think I'm being clever when I'm actually just a pathetic asshole.
It lives in their basement. But this is just one of those ones that I just found particularly peculiar that it's still around, like almost a year later now.
Rowdy says vines.
Hey, rest in peace.
And here's my question, Jess. What's a vine?
Oh no, you've gotten too old. Quick, don't quote any TikTok.
If you remember vines, you deserve a senior discount.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got here at 4 o'clock.
If you don't know what it means to do it for the vine, don't you even talk to me, because clearly you're not old enough.
There's a senior limit.
You have to be.
I mean, yeah, like that's what I just imagined. The only thing is that we gotta hope that like fucking after like honestly, just, like with any meme, you just gotta wait it out.
Yeah.
And I will also say that like the whole thing about news and memes, that's kind of bad because fucking I have heard that it's because of like news outlets that the whole fucking Tide Pod challenge even became a thing.
Yes, actually, but
it's because of the media.
It's because they started talking about it first, and then they ended up making it a bigger thing than it actually is.
Because even this,
boy.
like, honestly, you can attribute that to the Momo thing because people were denying it on the news. It's like, it's not a real thing. Quit listening to that. So that might have even helped it get bigger. It's like, oh, you don't believe it's real, huh? Let me just do this real quick.
Here it is.
Yeah, and then people think, the news announced the next big meme, so now I have to fucking do that.
Mm-hmm.
And now that they're fucking killing people on the freeways.
Yeah, yeah, this thing isn't real. You should definitely not pay attention to this, says Fox News.
Well, watch it turn out we end up in fucking an episode of Fox News.
You know what? It's free
I
publicity.
ain't showing up.
Smart lady.
Show your tits, Fox News.
Like I'll hear it one
Wait,
day.
what'd you say?
Become famous.
What's that?
What'd you say, Jess?
I said, show your tits, Fox News lady.
I thought you said show your dick.
All right, now I know I'm a deviant, but I can tell the difference in the pronunciation of tits and dick. All right.
I was adjusting my headphones at the time.
Right.
Oh, excuses.
Nice excuse.
That's what it's like being an adult, Raz. You'll have your
Mispronouncing
excuse,
stuff.
but yeah, and you'll have your excuses, but no one will believe you.
That's depressing.
That's my life.
You could just do what I do and never make excuses.
What kind of sad ass life is that?
A baller life, like a boss. No,
It's part of living your best life.
Anyway,
no, but there is a meme that is slowly rising that might challenge it, but I'm not gonna add fuel to that fire. So
you just gotta wait it out and ignore it.
yeah. But I think that is it for our main topics. Anybody got any small ones?
I do have a rumor picture that I've seen. This is the one that I was gonna share. Let's see, 1 second. Because I want to be able to keep the chat visible. Yes, Rowdy, it is indeed Monster Hunter. I've heard / seen that, because this is a picture that someone pulled from one of the websites celebrating, I believe it's the 15th anniversary of Monster Hunter. And in this picture that people pulled, there's a bunch of monsters in there that have been in previous iterations of Monster Hunter, and one of them actually being the Nargacuga, the monster that everyone basically knows, that recognizes from the Iceborne trailer. And what my topic was like is what are your guys' thoughts on like the credibility of this being like the monster roster list for Iceborne?
Personally, I think it's fake news. Because Geralt of Rivia will have killed him already.
And then went through another portal.
No, I think it'd be cool. I'd definitely come back if it was true.
Because for me, one of my monsters is in there, like freaking. If you look at like the bottom left, the monster right next to the Nargacuga, that's my boy Brachidios, and I want to kill him because I want his armor.
That's my boy. I want to kill him. I didn't even mean to shoot him.
Do not take that out of context, Jess. Do not. I repeat. Do it.
And here, stream, we see a display of snake-like behavior.
Solid snake.
Colonel! I'm sorry.
Oh, gosh.
I'm not doing it. I'm okay.
Snake.
That makes it okay.
But,
Rowdy, like, you have any thoughts on the monster list or the picture? Well, I'll also post it on chat so you can look, get a look, see.
Okie dokie.
okay.
Like I still want to play Monster Hunter. It's just like, it's like $60, and I'm just like, I ain't about that.
Well, I could help you with that if you had a console. But
Oh, don't give me that.
On her birthday!
You
will pay for that. Rowdy says it's a maybe for him.
It's a no for me, dog.
You're a question mark. Could also be good artist bait. I mean, it's possible, but because I want this to be true because there's a lot of monsters in there that my brother and I really want to see come back. Like there's the Gormagala, there's the Brachidius, there's the Ogre, there's the Lagia Cruz. I think this one back here is the Fatalis. I could live without the Nargacuga, absolutely. Tigrex can suck a dick.
You and me both, Rowdy. You and me both.
We all love new content.
Give me content.
With a little chibi face.
I think it looks neat.
It does, that's for sure.
Like, I've only played part of Monster Hunter on like the 3DS, like the trial thing that came out like who knows how long ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember which one it was.
Probably
But
4.
I really enjoyed it then. I still don't really know too much unless I watch you stream or something like that. It's pretty neat, but it's like, eh.
Yeah, I would say that for like I think Monster Hunter World is is a good place to start because there is a really big shift from like the classic formula to the point that it's just kind of like I can see this being a Monster Hunter game, but they also it's also kind of like its own thing in a sense.
So kind of like a different deviation.
Sort of.
Sort of.
Yeah, because like I feel like Jas would understand this comparison. It's like switching from like Devil May Cry 3 Dante to like Devil May Cry 4 Nero.
Yep, makes sense.
But like I'm sure Raz wouldn't get it.
Raz probably like, who
I don't get any game references.
Devil May what?
The only time I saw Devil May Cry is when who played it was you, Moopsy, who like streamed it one time.
Oh yeah. The ending for one.
You kept dying every time.
Yeah, you guys kept giving me shit.
Like, yeah.
Not an easy boss.
Yeah, that's the only time I really saw it. And one of my friends really likes the series too.
Yeah. Wait, they like Devil May Cry too? You gotta have an intervention with them. If that's the case.
We can't be friends with us, Raz. You're 18 now. We can't do this. there comes a time where you just cut that off.
When you realize Devil May Cry 2 is trash, and that's the beginning.
No.
But, yeah.
Was that it
I was
for
gonna say
Xbox?
though, like, basically, I did want to just make like a joke though, where it was like, when we were talking about Devil May Cry, that like Raz would say, so like, what? I'm podcasting with devil worshippers now.
And they may cry.
Devils are crying?
Whoa, whoa,
Someone
whoa,
start a
whoa, whoa!
hashtag.
Wait, devils may be crying.
Oh man. In this day and age, may basically means yes.
Especially if your name is Dante, you just gotta die at that point.
That better not be a
must.
fucking spoiler.
He just must.
What?
What?
No, that's not a spoiler, nigga.
I'm surprised you didn't catch that. Dante must die.
I don't even.
I'm just on edge about that game because fucking I'm worried that one day I'm gonna come across a spoiler and I'm just gonna get like blindsided by it. That's why I'm just kind of like fucking super on edge about that.
I don't even play Devil May Cry.
This is what you get. Right there.
Second time this week. I don't care.
That is all you, buddy.
Here, Razzle, let me give this to you.
And, hey Eddie, did you want to talk about your current picture right now?
Nah,
As you post that.
You fucking suck, Moops.
Meh.
No, because I was gonna say, did you want to talk about Negan and Tekken and your thoughts?
Nah, I can consolidate it into something really brief. He's fun, but he sucks in the long run. He absolutely sucks. Like he is not a good. He's a fun character and he fits into the game, but he's not a good Tekken character.
I feel like I was there.
Not cool.
Like he's niche as shit, kind of like Yoshi. I think that's why I like him. But he's no Dragunov. Think about it like that.
I mean, there's not really many Dragunovs in the game.
Yeah, but you know how Dragunov just like is a really good Tekken character. Like he ain't overpowered or nothing like that, but he's just like, man, this character is fucking solid. Yeah, Nika's not solid at all.
Not cool.
Not cool at all. But he's fun. I have a good time. I get kicked out of lobbies, so hey.
No.
That means I'm doing something right.
It was like, yeah, you got that going for you.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
Yeah, I just keep taking him to PP Pan City.
Is Negan your Negan? I want to punch you in the face, Rowdy.
I feel like I'm glad I don't understand that.
Good, you shouldn't. Rowdy's gonna have a conversation with Lucille here in a minute.
Sorry, not sorry.
For 5 minutes, I'm about to become a Negan main.
I think that's it.
Yeah, I think. I mean, unless y'all, did you want to talk about the Tekken World Tour?
Who are you asking in particular? Me?
Anybody? 'Cause,
Okay. I don't care too strongly about the Tekken World Tour. I'm just happy that the prize pool is a lot larger. And there'll be more opportunities for people to be able to display their skills across the world. That's absolutely wonderful. I'm more curious about the year 3 details.
Which you probably won't know till Evo. Yay!
Yay.
Yeah, probably. But even then, like, I'm hoping like this is a DLC season that's gonna have Kiryu Kazuma in it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Probably gonna be like
Like
the
it.
last one, like Negan.
Yeah, it was still that would make Tekken 7 the greatest crossover event ever.
Hmm.
You can keep. You know what? You can have your Geralt and Soul Calibur and Mortal Kombat. Holy shit,
Wait,
Monster
what?
Hunter. You can have all that shit. That shit's for the birds. But you mean to tell me in a world where Negan can fight Kiryu Kazuma? I'm hard just thinking about it.
Okay,
Or
Eddie,
getting
what about
sniped
this?
by Noctis.
What about this? They get a Yakuza character into Tekken 7, but it's Goro Majima.
I'd be so down for that.
I'm okay with that too. It's just that Kiryu Kazuma is more of a brawler, and he would fit. I feel like he would fit more in the Tekken than Goro Majima would, because Goro Majima, let's face it, he'd be an Eddie clone.
No,
And
that's
I'm
it.
not
Yeah, he would be a Kappa.
Yeah, because Goro Majima fights, he breakdances.
Mm. Yeah, it would be kind of a waste. I still love it, but
Because it's been a while since I've played like a Yakuza game. Doesn't he fight kind of like Christy? Jess?
Christy, Eddie, yeah, those two.
Well, I mean Christy from Dead or Alive.
Oh, no, not at all.
Yeah, because like I'm saying, it's been a while, so.
Yeah, no, those two totally different. Yeah, I'd say we at this point we probably are going to get a season 3. I do wonder though, for you, Moopsy, when are we actually going to see another character for season 4 of Street Fighter?
I don't know, man. It's like because I'm just like I'll say this, like some of the DLC is actually starting to pour in a little bit, which I'm actually happy for. Because was it like I got that I got the Mega Man costume and fucking I can't wait for the field fucking stage to come out.
I hope there's more lightning in that stage.
I hope so too, because like well, because like there's been some stages even in like 4 where it's like here's like a one-time event and this is the only time you see it, and I'm just like fuck you, and I'm just kind of like, oh please make sure that there's more. Even the colors, I'm already just kind of like, this is way better than that fucking temple stage in freaking that came out when freaking they released Akuma. I'm just kind of like, this is what these are the colors it should have had. Fuck that stage.
Then tell us more. Why do you rage about that stage? Bars.
I gotta think of a freaking rhyme to come with for stage afterwards. Not fast.
I finished the story to God Eater 3.
Already?
Yeah. Oh man, I went through it very, very slowly. There was people in the respective discords who got through it faster than I did.
Jeez.
But let me say this, all right? The story is like a solid 8 out of 10. And that's only because I got swerved at the end, but it's one of those really good swerves. Because they put all these flags in the game. And it's like, you know how when you put these flags in, either something bad's gonna happen or something good is gonna happen. What happened at the end, in particular, was swerved. Like, definitely fucking swerved.
Interesting.
So I'd give it a 9 if it ended the way I wanted it to end. But since it didn't, it gets an 8.
Fair enough.
Yeah, boy.
So I think that's about it.
Yep, I think that is about it, buddies.
Alright, so thank you everyone for joining on this episode 18 of the No Name Podcast. It's been over a year since we've done this. Hooray.
Hooray! We're not insane yet.
My back hurts.
that counts as insanity, right?
Close enough.
So let's do our outros and any plugs. My name is Mrmoopsy. You can follow me on my social medias. If you're watching this on Twitch, you can find them down below. Follow my Twitter, follow my YouTube, follow my Instagram, and on my YouTube, I'm actually starting to post stuff more often. So go ahead and give some of those videos a look, a like, and a comment, and maybe a subscribe.
Word.
Go ahead, Jess.
You can find me at All Things Cosmo Jazz, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, and all that good stuff. Sorry I haven't been uploading as much recently. I've been working on a project I've been literally putting on the back burner literally for the past 4 to 5 months. But when it comes out, I hope you guys will enjoy it. I am going to be doing some more MK11 testing tomorrow. Hopefully it won't be as bad as it was today, now that I have more information to go around with. And Moops, did you want to do a review when we get done with the MC5?
I'd be down for that.
So you can look forward to that as well. And happy March, guys.
Happy middle of March.
Raz, did you have anything you want to add?
Not really. I haven't really gotten anything started with like Twitch or whatever, or YouTube. I wanted to make YouTube videos, but like I haven't really gotten the time because there's a lot of time to edit and all that good stuff. But I've been trying to store stuff up. I'm not gonna plug in anything yet until I get anything started.
Okay. All right. So I'm thinking I don't want my Twitch account to be _TTV anymore because I keep getting memed on.
How so?
In any competitive PvP game, there's always Twitch streamers, and they always have TTV in their name.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking about replacing that and just putting like 92 or at the end or something like that.
Nah. Yeah, I can see it. I'm gonna miss it though. This is gonna be like your 8th time changing the name, isn't it?
I was about to say,
Yeah, I know.
You changed it like a shit ton of times.
Yes, I have, and I would have stuck with it. But it's like it kind of feels assholish going into another streamer's chat and knowing that they know that I also stream.
Knowing if it weren't for those meddling kids.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I was thinking about doing that again. I'm almost done with my punishment guides for Tekken. I am trying to stockpile the gameplay of them. I have all but Yoshimitsu done so far. So now, really, the main thing is doing the actual commentary for it and getting the screenshots with the move list done too. But I'm thinking about hoarding all of them so that way, when I get them all done and ready to upload, I can space them out in between the following weeks and actually rest or do whatever that is not making those goddamn guides. But that's like a little plan in motion that I have. But thank you for watching. You can find me on YouTube at Baker. It still has the Yoshimitsu symbol on the background of it. You can find me on Twitch at Baker_TTV. That might very well change. I appreciate everybody for watching, and please take care of yourself.
Word. Stream over.
All right, yeah.
You disgusting.
We're still on. All right, everybody, this is the end of the episode.
Suck.
Later. Check it out how Eddie embarrassed himself.
I love how
I'm not mad
ended
at
on
you
that. I'm so want to end it on that.
I'm not mad at you for doing it. I'm mad at myself for not expecting it.
Now the stream's over.